I think it's just the way that they are formed. They're just not functioning. So if you're a regular viewer of my channel by now, you have been keeping track of what's been going on with Bon Bon, my Carabiner versicolor. Just a quick background for those who have missed the previous videos. Bon Bon is a Carabiner versicolor. I got her about 7-ish years ago as a sling. I've grown her out this whole time. She's one of my favorite tarantulas. And recently I noticed that she had been acting kind of weird. She wasn't as grippy. She had molted shortly before that, so I didn't realize that she was once again in pre-molt or there was some kind of issue going on. So I rehoused her into a bigger enclosure to try to see if that would like change her behavior at all, because she wasn't eating, her grippies weren't good, she was pretty sluggish, she wasn't webbing, she wasn't just like being normal. And then she molted again unexpectedly about a week after I moved her into the new enclosure, but she did not web at all. She didn't make a web mat. And so the molt did not go very well. It was just like a really peculiar thing because normally tarantulas make their molting mats or their molting webs before they attempt a molt. The way that she positioned herself was to where she like dug her claws in and she kind of molted the way that a lot of huntsmen molt, where they hang and like let gravity direct them out. But the problem is that she is not a huntsman, she's a tarantula, and that's just not a normal thing for them to do. Therefore, she sustained some weird like damage to her chelicerae and her fangs, most likely from the pressure of her pushing herself out of the molt, and all that pressure kind of deformed her mouth area, which consists of the chelicerae and then the fangs. And the chelicerae is the part that holds the fangs. When I first noticed that she had molted, I actually found her kind of in death curl behind the cork on the ground, and I was really worried that she wasn't gonna make it past that, but she did. And that's when I really realized how messed up her mouth is. Once I noticed that, I was pretty concerned on if she was going to be able to eat unassisted. And I promised you guys that I would feed her in my next feeding video, which I did attempt to feed her. I'm just gonna set this like right here and see if she can take it, or if she even wants to take it, so. Definitely interested. You guys can see she does have some kind of fangs going on, like something hardened, they're black. I don't know how functional they are yet, but it does look like she might be able to do it. So we're just gonna give her a little bit more time. Also go check out that video. It was a really fun video and it's not performing really good. So like I'm wondering, are you guys getting sick of feeding videos, or I don't know, give me feedback on that. But anyway, here we are. So the night of filming that feeding video, I actually was like cleaning up in here and just doing like random things, and I noticed that she was out and I thought, you know what, maybe I'm gonna try to feed her a different prey item, because I tried to feed her a hornworm in the video, but she didn't want to take it. Normally she does prefer hornworms over crickets, but I thought, you know what, I have some crickets right here. Let's just try to switch it up and see if she wants a cricket. And when I offered her the cricket, she tried to take it immediately, which I was so excited. Like I thought like, oh my God, perfect. She is gonna eat. This is the end of it. Like, you know, she'll eat, molt again, be fine, and that's it. So I was just gonna give you guys a quick update in the feeding video. At the end of it, I was just gonna like edit in like a little, oh, she ate and everything's fine and yay. Unfortunately, that's not the case though. So while she did take the cricket immediately, I was watching her for quite a while, and it became very clear to me that she was not able to pretty much hang on to the prey and get her fangs into it. Even though she does have some kind of fangs going on, I think it's just the way that they are formed. They're just not functioning. She doesn't know how to pierce the prey because they're pointing in like weird directions, and one is really short, and I don't know, like she just is having issues. I watched her for a really long time and she was definitely struggling, and it went from like having a lot of excitement to being really, really sad and feeling really bad for her, because I could tell she was so hungry. She wanted to eat this cricket, but she just could not. Now, let me do just like a quick little explanation here. When a tarantula's fangs are not working, when they break their fangs, when they have a bad molt like this, it complicates them being able to eat. But that does not mean that they're not going to be able to eat at all. So a tarantula's fangs are very important when it comes to survival, when it comes to eating. A lot of people think that tarantulas like want to bite you and they use their fangs for defense and stuff like that. No, their fangs are primarily there to help them digest their food and eat. So the way that tarantulas eat is just like a whole system. So it starts with the fangs and the chelicerae. They inject their venom into the prey that they're eating, and this kind of starts the whole process. Between injecting the venom into the prey prey, which obviously weakens the prey. It keeps them from escaping. It starts the digestion process. They also use their chelicerae to mash up the prey. So not only are they injecting venom into the prey, they are also crushing, and they are also regurgitating some digestive enzymes onto the prey that helps break it down. To top this off, they also have a sucking stomach, so they kind of suck it in, and in the whole process, it pretty much breaks the prey down into a Slurpee because they can't chew. Obviously, they just have two fangs and a mouth, so they have to break down the prey in order to consume it. So knowing that this is a multifaceted system, like, I'm sure you can understand that when their fangs aren't working, there are other systems at play that could help them still break down their food. So basically, one thing you can do if your tarantula is missing fangs or some kind of damage occurs to them is you can actually pre-start their prey for them. And this can be anything from like pre-killing the prey so that they're able to like start the process on their own, all the way down to mashing the prey up into a liquid and offering it that way. Once I saw that she gave up on the cricket kept getting away and she was just expending all this energy trying to eat it. She eventually gave up, and I offered her a very squished liquidy cricket, and I put it on her webbing, and she immediately like took to it. She picked it up. She was like eating it. She was getting it on her pedipalps and grooming herself. So there was some kind of like consuming going on. That said, she didn't finish the whole thing, and she didn't break down pretty much any of it. Like, she pretty much just drank the liquid that it had and didn't get to like the actual parts that I didn't crush completely up into like a liquid. So unfortunately, it looks like it's about as bad as it can be, where she's not going to even be able to eat it if it's pre-killed. It's gonna have to be liquid. And obviously, if you're squeamish, like I kind of am, you don't want to sit there and break down bugs. But unfortunately, like, my options are squish bugs into a liquid so my tarantula can eat, or let my tarantula just starve to death. So obviously, I'm gonna crush some bugs up. So the way that I've been doing this is I get a couple crickets or whatever the prey item is, and I squish their head first. So obviously it's like a quick, and then I get a Sharpie and I squish, and then I do like a spray or two of water just to liquid it up a little bit more, and I drip it on her web, or I was offering it like in a little magnetic jumping spider like feeder. However, that has really attracted the flies, particularly the phorid flies, which are like awful to have in your collection. They usually come in on crickets and stuff like that. I get them here and there, but oh my god, do they love this cricket soup that I've been trying to give her. It's just making it, yeah, it sucks. So I mean, regardless of what I do, it's just gonna suck, but I'm pretty determined to get her to her next molt, and this is really my only option. I know there's probably other people who will have this issue. You know, tarantulas break their fangs a lot. If they happen to break both of them, this is an option, but I just wanted to let you guys know. So let me just show you guys really quick. I wish they made like a little blender or something. The crickets are very much dead, so. All right, this kind of looks like Rapashi, so just pretend it's Rapashi, okay? She is so over all of this attention, by the way. Like, I feel so bad for her because she hates this. All right, beautiful girl. Let's try to give her a little offering. She'll like see how she wants it, and she'll take the goop. So she's got like a thing of goop in her mouth. And that's just pretty much what I've been doing. So she's got the goop. She's kind of drinking and feeding off of it. It's hard for her though, you know? But that's how she's been eating. I think something that will make it easier for her though is if I get like a little, one of those little gecko feeders I think I'm gonna put up here. And that's what I'm gonna have to do, because like, she is eating, which is great. She will eat it, but it's not giving her that much substance, I feel, because I can only hand her like little clumps, you know what I mean? Like, it only goes so far, so yeah, it kind of sucks. I'm actually going to fill this up with like more water just to make it even more liquidy. Rest of it's up there. She can drink it. Yeah, so that's it. Pretty nasty. I actually always was worried this day would come, because I knew that, you know, tarantulas' fangs it can happen. I knew this was a thing for a very long time. I never wanted to have to do it, but here we are. I will do it. Hopefully you guys never have to do this or deal with it or have anything like this happen to you or your spider, but if it does, at least you know. So like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not, and you want to be. Don't forget I have an Instagram news, probably way too much. It's at Tarantula.Kat. You can go follow me there. I also have a website, tarantulakat.com. I will see you guys soon. Let's get into our members picks.